Oh, hey, welcome back. I'm interviewing more people today. Same 10 questions, but this time I'm interviewing animators on YouTube. We've got 3 wonderful gentlemen, Suited Bird, Comicdud, Sssimian. They all gave excellent answers and have some really interesting insights, I think. So welcome back to the interview. Hello, the Suited Bird, Mr. Bird.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, Christian of the channel Sssimian.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
Hello, Eddy of the channel Comicdud. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing all right.
You're doing all right?
Pretty good. Yep.
Would you mind describing your channel for everyone?
My channel is an animated commentary channel. It covers all different kinds of topics. It's the definition of a variety channel, in my opinion. Most of it revolves around cartoon reviews, some gaming, and just general stuff like that. But it's a little bit of everything.
Just kind of a rip-off of Jakey and Ice Cream Sandwich. Nakey Jakey, that is. But yeah, I do like video game stuff because that's what I'm passionate about. I'm trying to get my gaming gears going so I can make more elaborate talks on video games and stuff because I'm really into it right now, and I hope that can show through my videos. So the better I can do that, the happier I am. And also, I animate over it, I guess, is the reason why I'm here.
There's a little flair on top of your videos.
Well, my channel's kind of like a hodgepodge at this point, but it's mostly centered around animations that I've made. I have a couple more live action that's more just like experimental, but the focus is on cartoons and just personal animations.
Do you watch a lot of YouTube in your spare time?
I definitely do. Probably, yeah, too much. I'm not special in that category. I'm sure like everybody these days is, but I've never really been big on rewatching videos, but even like lately I've been running out of stuff because I'm watching it so much, and so I'm like watching old Jakey videos or watching old noodle videos and ice cream sandwich videos, and just like it's a lot of like personalities. I don't watch too much of like the informational stuff unless it's about art, then yeah, for sure.
I watch too much YouTube. At this point, I feel like that's more a blanket term for what people used to say like TV. That could be you watch like anything. Like you could see any kind of content on there. So it's like, yeah, I get on YouTube, but sometimes I'm just like looking through music, or sometimes I'm watching like streamers, or sometimes I'm watching animation. That is my entertainment.
If you were to name 3 people, 3 creators on the YouTube platform, who would they be?
I watch a YouTuber called Mr. Fruit's Gaming channel. I've been watching him since I was probably about 14 or 13. I'm 19 now, so for a long time. PewDiePie, I have been watching him for about 5 years. I really like his humor and just someone I really look up to. And another creator I watch is Poofessor. His comedy is, I just like him yelling at things, I'm gonna be honest, and it's just stupid comedy.
So if I asked you to name 3 channels, would it be those 3 that you just naturally named while you were going through?
Yeah, it'd be Nakey Jakey, Ice Cream Sandwich, and Noodle for sure. Cool. There's so many others I want to name out, and it's hard to narrow it down. But yeah, I'd have to put those 3 at top. So
the Pivots XXD, I regard him really highly because he's put out a lot of short animations, a lot of longer animations. He's put out like his own animated series, and he's done a lot of stuff between YouTube and Newgrounds and other sites like that. I really respect his grind. He's been doing it for a long time. Hot Diggity Demon. Some people kind of like make fun of his stuff for being really like edgy and the like, but that kind of influenced me and got me into animation a little bit. He did a lot of flash animation. He did a lot of like over-the-top parodies and stuff like that. When you think of the internet and animation, there are a lot of creators that like came from Newgrounds, started posting stuff on YouTube and kind of like got big, like Egoraptor or Oni, Chris O'Neill. They may not be putting out stuff as much like animation related these days, but still a big influence.
what actually inspired you to upload your very first video to YouTube?
My inspiration, that's a good question. My inspiration, I guess, comes from the creators mostly I mentioned before, also a bunch of other creators in general. Just generally just looking and watching YouTube and just seeing how people have grown through time. Like, for example, the YouTuber Raccoon Eggs. I remember seeing a video of his, and he was like,
"Thanks for 3,000 subs."
And now he has a couple million. And I'm just thinking to myself, at one point, he was as small as I am now. So why would I not have the equal chance to get that big? Now, I probably won't. Statistically, I probably won't, but there's a chance.
Well, I think as far as inspiration, the fact that I could, back when YouTube was first generating up interest and it was like a newer thing on the internet, I was still pretty young, and I saw the kind of raw, rough videos that people were uploading. Even though the video quality in terms of like camera or like lighting or any of that was like lower, the charm and just the pure creative talent was like coming through. And it was really inspiring. And seeing that there was a website where you could just like upload it, and if it was like entertaining enough, people would find it. I was like, why wouldn't I want to try and put myself out there?
I don't know where the inspiration for the first one came from, because I've been trying to do this for a long time. Like I started working on my first video when I was like 16 or so, and I was going for a very like Domics kind of style, because I knew that I wanted to do animating and I wanted to incorporate my personality, but yeah, it wasn't really coming out so good. So he kind of inspired me to start my first one, but I kind of like just had the idea of YouTube on the back burner for a while. And then when I found Jakey and, saw the way that he did stuff and like felt like I could relate to him so hard, the very specific image that comes to my mind is in his Red Dead Redemption video, he did this part where he like brought himself, because his green screen, his body, he brought himself and his yoga ball onto like this cliff.
So gorgeous and huge with other landmarks to tell where you're going.
And that immediately in my brain was like, wait, I can include myself in video game worlds, but I like my animated character if I do a green screen background. And so, yeah, so from there I was like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to do this green screen. I'm going to figure out how to make a character. And yeah, it was from there that I started.
Well, right now, do you have like a specific goal in mind for your channel?
Yes, actually. So over the course of my time on YouTube, my thought process about what I wanted to present myself as has kind of changed. Of course, there's always that level of, I want to get views, or I want to get like attention and stuff. And that's natural when creating a channel that, puts out videos. But more so these days, I've come to the realization that this is a place where I can be free to experiment and upload and not worry as much about the finer details, because at one point I was doing a series where it was just like speed paints, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep up on this, and I ended up like not keeping up on it. And then it's like I would do, all right, well, I'm gonna do like some parody videos or whatever. I'm gonna do a couple of those, that'll be fine. And then it's like, well, I've got my flagship thing, which I wanted to make a series called Tim, and it's like I made a handful of those videos, and then it's like, well, what's the channel's focus? Because I've got all these different things and I don't know what the focus is. But at the end of the day now, it's like I'm not as worried about the focus, because the focus for me is just the freedom of uploading what I think is something I want to make.
My goal for this year is to hit 100,000 subscribers. I've been really thinking about wanting to get that silver play button, and I decided it would be my goal this year to really try my best and get that trophy. It's a big goal, but I hope it's plausible.
Right now it's just work as hard as I can to maybe live off of it, because I'm currently sitting at 66 subscribers, and it's not a very big number, but I'm pretty proud of what I've gotten so far. Like, it's crazy to me that anyone's watching and enjoying and thinking it's funny in any way. Yeah, right now I'm working, like a full-time job because I need money to stick around here. But when I'm not doing that, if I'm not sleeping, working at my job, hanging out with my girlfriend, shitting, then I'm probably working on videos. Like it's like all I do because I'm trying to get to go.
You have the freedom to upload on YouTube, but what do you find is something that holds you back from creating anything creative?
If I would say anything that holds me back on creating art, because I'm really passionate about drawing, I would say it is YouTube, because I really want to draw more, but like I'm like, no, all my free time has to go to YouTube. If it's something holding me back from YouTube, then it's gonna be like, I don't know, maybe it'd be my job. I feel like if I could just get out of my job, then it'd be like, I'd have so much time to fill in with social life, personal life, and stuff like that. But even then, I'm bringing my drawing tablet to work and, trying to get like backgrounds made or like thumbnails made while I'm at work and stuff. So I try not to let anything hold me back, but I think that my job does it to me the most.
Honestly, time right now. If I could just have all the time in the world to just sit down and edit things, that would be incredible. Because my job right now is half the time editing. I work another job, but my one job is editing. So it's just using that time to edit for other people, which I love and get paid for. But after editing for a couple hours and being done with someone else's video, I kind of don't want to edit my own because I want to take a break from editing. So that holds me back.
The fear of influence. For example, I made a parody video last year. It was like a joke mocking like this situation that was kind of like going on at the time with this content creator, Yandere Dev. There was like a couple different pieces of stuff that was happening. He's been famously in production of like this game Yandere Simulator for like years, and it's been pretty popular to like poke fun at him. And there were a couple of people that were like involved in this like mini internet thing drama that was going on, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna make fun of this situation. And the video took off really well, and it got a lot of views, and everyone was like, ha ha ha, whatever. As time went on, I think it was even like a month or two later, it came to light that like the way I was portraying the situation, the way that I understood the situation wasn't like accurate. And I felt bad because I'd like to play off of stuff that's going on if I can think of a funny angle to it, but I don't want to be wrong in a malicious way.
Right.
If that makes sense.
You don't want to mislead people.
Yeah, I don't want to feed into the negativity if it's like not accurate. And so that's one of my fears is if I think of something that might be funny, I worry about like what might be the consequences of messing with or adding to public perception of this.
What is your favorite again on the topic of influence, what's your favorite comment that you've gotten so far?
Well, it was actually one I got recently. This isn't my all-time favorite comment, but something I really liked. It was an interesting comparison. It was ice cream sandwich plus dream equals the suited bird. I thought that was a really interesting comparison and really flattering because I love both those YouTubers. And to be compared to both of those actually combined, someone just thinking of both of them and then thinking of me was really flattering.
I can think of not one specific comment, but one specific commenter. He goes by the Legend Sauce. Like every time he leaves something, it's like always the most encouraging stuff. Like even today, he didn't even leave a comment on my video. He just sent me a Twitter message being like, "Hey, just want to remind you, you're like the best content creator, so don't stop." And he's so supportive. But specific comment, I can't really think of any. There was one where a guy was like trash talking my Gus and Eddy podcast video, and it kind of stuck with me. Not like in a bad way. It was just like I was trying to figure out what he meant by his insults, and so I like that one because it challenges me mentally.
Interesting.
Oh, my favorite comment. I guess this will be like boiled down into like a handful of different comments into just like the idea of people commenting and saying, "I really like your Tim series. I want you to make like more of this." People have said that in different ways. Occasionally I'll still get comments on my Tim videos, and those comments always like make my day. People saying how they like it or how they wish I'd make more. That's the stuff that still really gets to me.
When you go to make your video, what parts of the process do you feel like you're most comfortable with? What parts of the process are you least comfortable with?
Okay, so the parts I'm most comfortable with would have to be probably the script making process. Like, and it's not that I've done script making before YouTube, but like I just feel like if I can break up things like in a certain flow, it makes things a lot easier for me. Like when it's script, it's just like do an outline, jot down all your ideas, figure out what you want to write, and then the actual script is just like, okay, now say this but in a goofy way and just like have fun with it. And it's like I feel like I know what I'm doing, but then as soon as I slap it down on the video and start animating, it's like, okay, where do I start? Do I do body animations? Do I do head animations? Should I do the full animated bits or just the parts where my character's images kind of flopping around? Like, I get jumbled up pretty quick, but I'm starting to figure it out.
My least favorite part of production is probably the voiceovers, just because you have to get all set up for it, especially now where I'm in an apartment where it's a kind of a pain to record in general. I have to go to my own spot. I usually do it actually at work while I'm in my car. It has the best acoustics, the best sound right now. So I have to lug all that over there, all my gear. I don't know. It's just not my favorite part of production. But my favorite part of production is just thinking of ways to make my videos in editing like better. Just getting that one edit that you think, oh, that's hilarious, and then executing it well and just seeing it play out on the screen, something that you made and just well executed, exactly how it was in your mind. That's probably my favorite part.
I guess I'm most comfortable with the sketching, like roughing up a storyboard and doing like the animatic. What I'll generally do is if I have like an idea I want to try out, I'll get some like paper first and I'll write it, draw it out on actual paper with like a pencil or pen. That part is always really fun because I can be real loose and I can like edit it on the fly. And then when I transfer it onto the program, which I usually use Flash, again, like doing the animatic portion is still kind of like loose, but at least I have like a guideline. And going off of that guideline, I feel like I have enough structure so I can keep moving, but I've also got enough like wiggle room to add stuff or experiment so I can still have like time to think while I'm working. The pre-production aspect of those things is what I find the, easiest to do for me. My least comfortable part of all of production would be the audio. I've never been super strong in the audio department, and whenever I get to the point where I'm like, all right, I've got to add sound effects or I've got to add music, I'm just like, all right, let's try and figure this out again.
How many people in your real life know that you make videos?
A lot of people know in my life that I have a channel. It's not typically the first thing people know about me, but pretty much anyone who knows me for a decent amount of time knows that I have a channel. And it might just go to the extent of they know I have a channel and that's it. Some know a little bit more, some watch my videos, but yeah, most people in my life know that I have a channel.
It started out with me not wanting to tell anyone. I made sure that my first subscriber wasn't anyone I knew. It was someone by the name of Jesus. After he subscribed, then I was like, okay, my friends can subscribe. And I think that brought me up to like 14 subscribers, somewhere between like 14 and 20. So I'd say about 14 to 20 people who I know in real life are subscribed and who know about what I do. But I mean, anyone who asks me what I'm up to will probably know, because I'm typically going to respond with working on a video. So
all my friends generally know that that's something that I do. Like, I know there's that outer ring of friends that might not know the extent of like stuff that I've done. Like my immediate family, they're aware that I make videos, and I know that they've seen my stuff. I really haven't talked to them about it too much. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, whatever, but it's still kind of like, embarrassing. And so far, at my current job, I haven't let anybody know. Sometimes they'll like talk to me because I've told them I'm like, yeah, I do art and stuff. Like sometimes I'll work on like videos, and sometimes they'll ask me like, hey, you should make like a YouTube channel or something. I'm like,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe sometime down the line. No.
I mean, I'm not even like trying to be humble or anything like that. I just really don't want to talk to them about it. I don't know. That's
any particular reason?
I don't know. I guess I'm just afraid of them knowing more stuff about me, and I'm not entirely sure what the reason for that is. But that's just one thing that I can still kind of like hold on to, because as far as YouTube and my like videos go, sometimes when I like really get into it, I have like a lot of passion and stuff. You know, I just hate to try and share that passion with people that might just like, even if they're joking, like I don't really want any kind of like, you know, negative feedback.
Yeah, any sort of stigma from the people that you're working with.
Yeah, well, and they might think it's okay, and they might be like, oh, that's cool, but you know, I get kind of nervous about how they might react, so I just don't say anything.
If you could get the chance to work with any creator on the platform, who would it be, and what would your collaboration be?
If I could collab with anyone, I think it would be PewDiePie. Like, that would be awesome. I always really looked up to him. So if I was ever able to collab with him, that would be insane.
It would probably be with Noodle. I would want it to be on the first Halo. I want to talk about Halo really bad, and he loves Halo. Like he did a few videos on Halo, and he just like he touched on so many things. And when I go into the game, I want to talk about a specific thing, which I won't spoil, partly because I don't actually know what I'm going to talk about. But when the time comes, yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to try to reach out to him, TBH. If I could get him to work with me on that, that would be amazing, because I've seen his passion about it, and like it's just like I've got a strong passion for it, and there's so many things that I'd like him to touch on and things that I could touch on. And, you know, we're both animated characters, so that would be beautiful if we could split the animating in half. But yeah, I think that I've kind of got it set up. Like, Halo 1, I want to do with Noodle. Halo 2, I want to do with Jakey, because that's, like, I think his favorite in the series. Hopefully I'm not wrong. And then Halo 3, I would like to do with Eddy, because I'm pretty sure that's his favorite in the series. So, yeah, Eddy Burback. And so... yeah, I mean, those are like my dream videos, and I'm going to hold off on that series until I'm able to make those collaborations happen.
That's a good question, because like there are a lot of creators on the platform. There are new animators that have popped up. Like, for example, over the last like year and a half or like 2 years, Meat Canyons exploded, and that's an animator that, you know, by all accounts, I would not have expected someone who made that kind of like content to thrive in like present day YouTube. He makes really extreme, disturbing parodies of like, you know, TV shows, cartoons, whatever. And it's like, yeah, I think that stuff's, you know, funny and like
it feels like a relic
whatever.
from a past age almost.
But yeah, it feels like it feels like something from before.
Yeah.
And to see him like do really well and like, you know, thrive, that's kind of like inspiring and stuff. And I wouldn't mind, you know, helping out on a video like that.
If we're thinking of the future, if we're looking to the future of your channel, are there any sneak peeks that you could share with us of something that you're working on that's coming down the pipeline, or something that you want to be working on that's coming?
Sneak peeks. Well, I kind of just think of my videos on a whim, but I edit for the channel Easy Speezy, and he does speedruns and stuff, so I might do a video speedrun editing his speedrun. So I might do that.
Yes, if you watch my videos, you'll notice I've got 3 formats. I don't know why, but I like to organize things. The Sssimian format is like going into certain games and their worlds and stuff like that, and talking about maybe a certain point about that game from within its world. The last one I made was the last one I'm going to make like that, which was the Pokemon Coliseum video. If you watch past each of my little credits things where I just ramble for like 3 minutes, then I like to do a little preview for what the next video is going to be. And so I'm working on the one that was at the end of that, which was going to be Borderlands. And it's specifically talking about like how its art direction came to be and why the game probably wouldn't have been known about otherwise and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I've got so many videos I'm working on, but I don't want to spoil them because then there's no point to me doing the little preview.
I got you.
So
as far as the channel goes, one of the things that keeps me engaged with it is the idea that someday I will finish. I've got a couple Tim cartoons back burner for years. One thing that I'd like to do is finish them at some point. But preface this by saying I have taken those old ideas and every once in a while I'll look at them and I'll rework something or I'll try and add something, and it doesn't always work. I don't feel like it's ready, and I know you can't put off a project forever. Sometimes you have to just move through it. But for example, the one project that I've worked on most recently relating to Tim would be trying to translate one of the story ideas into not just a 2D space, but a 3D space, which as far as like previews go, this is it. This is the preview. I've been doing a little bit of work of having like, 2D characters with like 3D environments with like certain like camera moves and stuff, and like trying to make that work, because I think that'll be the next step to make it a little bit cleaner, more interesting.
Well, you've answered my core 10 questions, but I do have a bonus question for you. Where can everybody follow you, hear your thoughts, see your content? This is the PlugARama. Go for it.
You can find me on YouTube at The Suited Bird. Twitter is The Suited Bird YT. I think my Instagram is Suited Bird. But yeah, pretty much type in The Suited Bird on social media and you will probably find me. Besides Facebook. I'm not on Facebook.
Oh man, I'm very shameful. If you see the stuff I tweet, man, I guess we'll go with it's at Sssimian, which is just at, and then SSSIMIAN, and then I guess my YouTube channel, just Sssimian, would be the best places to do it. But like, yeah, go ahead, check them out. I'm not too ashamed. It's all good.
PlugARama. Well, yeah, just follow me on YouTube. I post the majority of my stuff there, and I'll actually stream on YouTube occasionally. I'll do like drawing streams where I'll talk. I'll try and interact the most I can with whoever's in the chat. So I feel like if you want to communicate with me in any capacity, those are the best times to do so. If you have like more immediate questions or like whatever, you can always email me. It's just gonna be like comicdud@gmail. You could follow my Twitter, but I don't really recommend it. I don't really post anything art related anymore. So it's more like more just like a whole. Probably not worth your time. So just the YouTube channel and the email. That's probably going to be your best bet.
Thank you so much, Comicdud, Sssimian, the Suited Bird. I really appreciate all your answers, and I hope you have a good day.
Okay, have a good day. Bye. Toodles.
Oh, thank you. I hope that I hope I've given you enough to work with here.
I would clap too if my hand wasn't holding my phone, but yeah, I'll do it anyways.
Yeah, beautiful. That's beautiful.
Hopefully that doesn't spike your ears when you review the audio.
You didn't break my ears, Christian. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much, everyone who was a part of this, who was here for all 3 of these interview videos that I've done. To all of you who've watched them, I really appreciate it. I don't know if I'm going to do more interview videos, and I'm going to ramble for a little bit now. So if you just came here for them, you can leave. But anybody who wants to hear about my thoughts about this, go ahead and stay. I really don't know if I'll do more interview videos. I liked this. If I do more, I'm going to branch out, do different questions, maybe specify a little bit more, but I'm not certain. I want to know what you want. I really am curious. Did you guys like this? Did you find it insightful? Do you think it was too general? I just want to know. So I hope you have a wonderful one, a wonderful day, and I'll be seeing you later. I'm coming out with other things. I'm always going to be trying something new. That's something you can expect from me. So we'll have a few different things coming down the line.